Hello, everybody. This is a Lamley showcase, sneak peek showcase to be exact. I've got the next batch of Hot Wheels store exclusives from 3 locations: Target, Walmart, and Walgreens. I've got the exclusives for you to showcase. We're going to open them up, take a look. If you're not familiar, many stores do their own line of exclusives. They're basically variations of basic releases during the year. Target has red editions. We've seen some of these, for example. They're exclusive colors, and there's always a red theme with Target. Walmart has the zamacs, which are raw. They take a version of a car that's already been released and then do like a raw unpainted version, maybe changed it up a little bit. We'll talk about that. And then Walgreens does its own exclusive color. It can be any color, but it's going to be a version. I'll show that car as we go. So what we're going to do is start with the red editions. I have the next 3 that are going to be released. 12 a year from Target. I believe it used to be 18. Now I think it's going to be 12 or 14 for zamacs at Walmart, and then only 1 Walgreens exclusive. There's others, Dollar General and Kroger do exclusives, but we're not going to talk about those today. Let's get to the red editions. One thing I do is I keep a collection of all of the red editions and zamacs together. This is going into last year. This Civic and this Silverado were popular. I think it started with the BMW last year. And those are, I think, are all 12 from last year. And then we've continued into 2023 with my collection. Now, before I even get to the latest that I'm going to showcase for you, I actually need to add these last 3. I already showcased these, but I haven't put them in yet. So I need to do that. So I'm just going to open them up because I opened them for the new, there were 3 new models and 1 for the collection, but I need to do that now. So we'll go, like I said, there's 12. This is number 1 of 12. It is the Ford Escort RS 2000. I'll be quick on these. I'm not even going to put them on the turntable because we've already done that, but I'm just going to make sure the collection is up to date. Number 2 of 12 is this very, very popular LB Super Silhouette Nissan Silvia, the S15. Let's get that one added to the collection. I really like doing, I collect a lot of the basics and premiums, but it's nice to have the collections together. I love the Zamac and the red editions because it allows me, 3rd of 12 is the Tesla Model Y, to maybe have one version of castings I don't collect. Now, this is the case here. I won't collect this one. I won't collect this one. But the van, the Escort, the Silvia, and the Tesla, I think I'm going to be collecting those too. So I've actually opened up other versions of those. All right, now we're up to date. So we have the next 3 to add. That'll make it 9, and then there's only 3 left. Now, these next 3, let's see, 7, 8, and 9. So these are going to be coming, I believe, as part of the J case. I did a J case unboxing just recently, right? And so now we have, these will be part of the J case release. So coming up fairly soon. And then I think we have 1 more batch of 3, and then we'll be done with the red editions. And they don't release them every mix. They release them every few, right? So the first one is the Dodge Charger Drift. This is number 7 of 12. I think I remember seeing this one in green. Maybe there's another color as well, but obviously we have this red version. Here is the artwork. I mean, if you want that, you can have it, but that's not really going to help. You're just going to wait for the J case to be released at Targets. These red editions do get hard to find. They're popular and people find them, and they're not chase vehicles per se, but obviously because they're exclusive to one store, kind of makes it hard. But that is the Dodge Charger Drift. What they'll do is they'll add, they've been doing this just recently with the Zamacs. They'll add a Zamac logo on the Walmart Zamacs, and they're adding the word red somewhere on this model. That's an addition, almost like they would with the TH with the Treasure Hunt. They'll add a TH somewhere on the enhanced Treasure Hunt, Super Treasure Hunt version. But this one looks nice. Obviously, it's the drift car done in a police version, but this is like track pursuit. You'd think almost like a fire version because it's red, but that's only because it's red, because it's Target. There'll be a red theme with some of these. Sometimes they don't have them, but that one goes number 8. This one should be very popular. We've seen it once this year. We've also seen it as an NFT, and I think, it was the Gucci car, but it is the 82 Cadillac Seville. Brown on brown, right? Dark brown over tan was the first version. This red edition looks really cool in white and kind of a dark red. There is the word red there on the back. Lace wheels. I think the regular version has the lace wheels as well. Hope I mentioned Mattel sent these, right? I wouldn't have them if they didn't. White and red. Love the chrome grille on this one. This is a casting that's been around a long, long time. they kind of updated it, enhanced it for the Gucci collection, and then for the Gucci release. And then they've said, you know what? Why don't we put a premium version together, which they did in the NFTs, and why don't we put a basic version together, which has shown up this year. And obviously this, I think, will be, it's been a popular casting. I think that will be a very popular version of that casting and of the red editions. All right, and the third, really, really digging this one. Like I said, there's always a red theme. So if you look here, some of them are black, some of them are maroon, some of them are bright red, even white. We've got a jet black version. We've seen this happen a couple of times, but check this one out. This is the Audi RS e-tron GT. There is the artwork. Here is the model, and it looks so good. Let's get it opened. This is number 9 of 12, obviously. The red shows up in the wheels, right? Red-lipped PR5 wheels. I've really dug this casting. You know, it's a car that looks cool on the road. It's one of these, it's almost Matchbox-esque. I know sometimes we use that Matchbox terminology maybe a little too loosely, but whenever you see a realistic, very stock-like casting, we tend to describe it that way, and I think it works. I think it's appropriate. And this one looks so good in the jet black. The detailing in the grille doesn't come through because of the black, but there is a lot of detailing there. We've seen this. It was 2 colors last year, right? If I remember, red and gray maybe, and then I think of like maybe a dark blue in this one. But this one will be a very cool one. Of the 3, I think I actually like this one the best. The Audi e-tron in jet black. All right, there are the red editions. They look very, very cool. Let's move on to the Walgreens model. Well, while we're here, I'll just show it to you. Because, and I'm not even going to open this up because there's really no reason to, actually. We're going to wait and see. I don't know when this one is going to hit because the code I have on it doesn't tell me when that's going to hit. But this will be a unique color to Walgreens, from what I understand. If I'm wrong, don't hate me, but this is what I was told. And so here it is. 70 Dodge Hemi Challenger. Casting has been around a while. Now we finally see it as a, well, we don't finally see it. We see it as a Walgreens exclusive in this purple color. So you have the, what is a pretty stock style stripe on the hood and on the sides, plus the Mopar logo. I'm going to keep it carded because I want to verify what case it's going to be in and if I ever have to use this for another showcase. But you get the drift, right? Here it is. It is the purple car, which should be the Walgreens. What was it last year? Was it a Camaro? Oh, I can't even remember. But it was hard to find one last year, but this one should be showing up at Walgreens. And they usually show up in multiples in these, in like shippers and things like that. All right, let's move on to the Zamacs. Okay, the Walmart Zamacs have been going for several years. I think they started almost, if not maybe 10 years ago. I'd have to count. This is my latest case, and we're getting towards the end. This is one side of it. You can see like what they'll do is take a basic car, go raw, take all the base paint away, so to speak, give it a gloss treatment, and then take the deco and change the colors on it. That was, I think these were last year, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong, maybe 2 years ago. But then we turn it around, and this is where we are updated. And it's been a little bit of a bittersweet thing because they've continued these Zamacs, but where it was 3 per mix up to 18 per year, like they do 12 with the Target Red editions, but 3 in each release. That was 3, 6, 9, 12. So we had the last 6 right down below. Were for these over here were the first 6 of 2022, and then we finished off with this batch with the Camaro and the Audi. But starting in 2023, unfortunately, these have been now limited to 2 per release. So we had the Pagani and the van, and then just recently hitting, actually pretty recently, the Thunderbird funny car and the, what is this one called? Debbie Hayes. It was the, well, they call it the T-Bird. Can't remember the official name. Matt and Debbie Hayes. Was it the funny car or drag car or something like that? And then, of course, the very, very popular Zamac Moon Eyes Cool Combi. So we only have 2 to add, but I have 2 of the future mixes. I already showed you the Honda Civic. So let's start with those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at number 5. Now they're numbered differently. They show on the Zamac, they show with the Zamac logo. This is number 5. Zamac logo for 2023. It is the 2015 Mazda MX-5 Miata. In black, right? I think is what we've seen first. There is the artwork. Here is the model. I don't remember what the rest of the color combination is, but obviously it's going to be a little bit different than the regular release. So let's go ahead. I'll show you the back of that. This is going to be in the H release, which should be imminent, right? If not already. Maybe some people have already found it. But the Mazda Miata, here you go. Very, very cool casting. Ryo Asada designed this one, doing that racing version with the big spoiler on the back, almost like a drift, right? I guess that would call this one maybe a drift Miata. That's what it looks like. Didn't they do a Mad Mike version of this as well? They may have. Anyway, this one looks very cool in the Zamac. This is a casting that I don't collect, but again, I like it because now I have a Zamac version, so I have at least one, and the casting is now represented in my collection in that slot right next to the cool combi. Its partner in the H release, I've already shown you, is the 1990 Honda Civic EF. Now, this one is interesting. Red this year, the red release with the Civic logo on the side, nice and clean version. Now we get this Zamac version, also clean. PR5s on the first one, lace wheels on this one. Interestingly enough, and this doesn't happen very often, but this is the second time this casting is used as a Zamac. You have to go way back, 7, 8, 9 years to see the first version. This might have been the second year that the Civic was done. The first year it was done in the teal and the red color, and then I think the second year was done with this black deco, kind of a racing deco, and then the Zamac has actually, I think it's really been popular. Wasn't a Kmart exclusive as well at one point. It's had a long history, Super Treasure Hunt, but we've never seen it go premium. I think it should because it's a great, great casting. Anyway, that was the first Zamac version. This now is the second. So kind of cool. It doesn't happen very often to see one get the Zamac treatment twice. I'd have to go back and look. I know the C10 at one point got it. Have to think. Maybe I'd have to think of some of the others. But this one looks really cool. Love the white lace wheels on this one. Love the fact that it's super clean with the Civic deco on the side. They add the Zamac tampo up on the door, up above the Hot Wheels tampo, up above the stripe, which looks cool. Taillights done on this one, not the headlights. Wish we had both, but considering there are some limitations, I'm not going to argue with the taillights being done. If I had to pick one, that's what I would want done. So this one is very cool, nice and clean. It's obviously going to be a very popular Zamac, and it now has its spot in the Zamac collection. But we're not done. I've got the next two after that. So that will be number 7 and number 8. I'm going to go ahead and show those to you right now. What mix are these in? This will be, I haven't done a K case, but this is the K. This will be in the K mix case. So in the coming months, this will hit Walmart's only 2. So if we're doing K and this is number 7 and 8, I'm guessing that K, L, M will see another one, maybe N, P, and Q. Yeah, so there's going to be 2 mixes. So I think there's going to be 12 total Zamacs this year, which is a real bummer. That's 6 fewer, which really bums me out, but that's okay. All right, 64 Nova Wagon Gasser. That is the number 7 Zamac. Popular casting. What color is this one? Is it purple, actually? And so does this one go reverse? I don't know, but let's open it up. Add it to the collection. Going this far in advance to the K case means I won't be doing another Zamac showcase for a while. This looks cool. Purple windows on this one. I'm okay with that. Some people don't like the colored windows. I don't really either, actually. But on basics, I think it's kind of fun. Reminds me of the 55 Bel Air that they did hot pink windows for. Kind of fits with the Gasser style. I'm not going to fight this one. I think the purple color is kind of cool, actually, when you look at it. And that one gets added to the collection right here at number 7. And number 8, let's see, released this year in green, released a couple of years ago in red, and now one of the famous, we all love the plain Zamacs. And so we've got another one, which is kind of cool to see. The next Zamac, the number 8, is the Porsche Taycan Turbo S. Whenever I do Zamac showcases, I like to pull out the clean. We call them clean, we call them plain, whatever the word is. I believe on this side we have this one, which is the Honda S2000, right? Just headlights, taillights, total realistic. There's a Ferrari, but there's actually 2 Porsches that have been treated this way. The total plain, just with the headlights, like no deco on the sides or anything like that. So let's get to those first. I did bring them out. Porsche 993 from several years ago. The standard release was in orange with these lace wheels. They did this awesome Zamac version just with, basically they put the logo on the front and license plate on the rear and on the front as well because the headlights are already built into the casting. This one was super cool as a totally clean Porsche casting. And then few years after that, actually I think it was the next year, the 911 GT3 RS appeared as the Zamac. This one was so hard to find. So hard to find. Gets the logo on the back and on the front. Headlights also built in as part of the window piece. Anyway, there it is. So there are two Porsches. That threw me off. There they are right there. And now we have a third, the Porsche Taycan. There's the artwork. There's the number 8. Let's go ahead and open this one up and take a look. This one gets full tampo treatment, which is nice. And it looks so good. I like the ID. The green one is a little, I don't know if I like the green color, but this one, totally plain. They've done like a gray outline on the OH5 wheels, and the fact that it gets the headlights, which are so unique on this Porsche, and the taillights, which is what they've been doing on most Porsches at this point. They put the Zamac logo there right on the back, making it nice and kind of subtle. Taillights done. This is really, really cool. So far, boy, when I look at the Zamacs released so far, not as many to choose from, right? But this one instantly goes to high on the list as one of my favorites ever done. I'm going to add that to the Zamac collection right there. But yeah, I think the Moon Eyes, I don't know, maybe I put up the, maybe I put that Porsche ahead because I just like the clean version so much. It's between those two as my favorite so far, but let's see what the next 4 are going to be. And then we'll finish off this container, right? This storage container of Zamacs, and then we'll move on to 2024. You guys tell me what you think. This was also sent, just a little super treasure hunt preview for the K case, which I'm sure everybody already knows because these get released way early, the leaks on that, but it's still a really cool, and we'll talk more about that when we get to the K case. Thank you, everybody. You guys tell me what you think. Cool red editions in Zamacs. Sad that there's fewer of them, but maybe that means they're easier to find. Thanks, everybody. Bye.